Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, representing the District of Columbia, joins me now. It's always a pleasure, Congresswoman, to see you. How are you?
I'm good, Jose.
Thanks for being with me. I understand members of the Congressional Black Caucus met at the White House yesterday with Valerie Jarrett. What did you guys talk about?
Well, she briefed us on the president's nominee. Look, you're right. There were some members, seeing that this was probably the president's last time to nominate, who thought that maybe we could get a black woman. Remember, the only black we have on the court is a black man who's the most conservative member of the court. So there was some disappointment. On the other hand, no member of the Black Caucus has come out against Merrick, this nominee, because we don't know anything about him. So where we stand is we want a hearing so we can find out something about him. I'm doing the work for the Congressional Black Caucus on his background. And I have to tell you, the only thing I found is something that disappoints the District of Columbia. But it was a case of first impression that was a long shot, and that is when the district, almost 20 years ago, tried to get a House member and 2 senators by suing. It was a colorable, we thought, a good case, but we lost, and he wrote the opinion. Now, I can't find any other opinion. Everybody's about to go off on one opinion, and certainly not one that was long shot in the first place. So
yeah,
here we're left with.
I'm sorry, no, because go ahead.
Here we're left with a man in a district, understand, which has no hot button issues. Abortion doesn't come up here. Affirmative action doesn't come up here. None of the hot button issues come up in this small district, the District of Columbia. That's all that's here, and the District of Columbia Court of Appeals is the designated court of appeals to hear mostly administrative agency appeals. So there's not a lot to judge him on. So what we want is for this nominee, Merrick Garland, and for the President of the United States to be respected by giving him a hearing. And ever since there's been a United States of America, a hearing has always been afforded.
So right now you're not even really clearly committed to supporting Garland. I know that's the Senate's job, but I mean, it doesn't seem like you feel that there's enough there that you can see from his past that would kind of tend to make you towards supporting him.
Well, we're certainly not against him, and we see nothing in his background to make us believe we ought to be against him. So the position of the Congressional Black Caucus, and even of those members who wanted to see a black woman, is let's get a hearing so we can find out what this man is really about. We're entitled to that at the very least. We think the American people are entitled to that, and that the president's entitled to that.
Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, thank you for being with me this morning. Appreciate your time.
Always a pleasure.